Yeah, here we go. And yes, let's talk about Upwork updates. So as we will cover the Upwork updates and 2021 and 2022 as well. So as of today, as of May 2022. So let's talk about the first update that I sort of missed or didn't talk much about because we were having our hands busy. Is that Upwork is actually blocking Russian and Belarusian freelancers due to the war in Ukraine, and you probably know all about that by this time. So what I wanted to mention here, a couple of things. Just a second, I want to make sure that I'm actually sharing my slides and not anything else. Yeah, I guess you can see my slides. That's great. So first of all, what I want to mention is that they actually did it with all due respect to both Russian and Belarusian freelancers. And I just want to share my screen right now. Okay. Let me know if you can see it and if my live streaming software didn't mess it up. So as you can see, in February 2022, just 2 days before the war in Ukraine broke, they released an update relating to recent events in Eastern Europe, saying that they actually start to cease receiving saying payments to certain financial systems, and they actually warn people in ahead that they might be experiencing some issues. Later on, a couple of weeks after the war broke, in March 7, there was a letter from Upwork CEO saying that they actually ceased to work with Russian and Belarusian developers, and they express their concerns and so on and so forth. However, what I want to underline here is that they have done so pretty much with all due respect to both developers. Let me go back to our live stream, and let me go. Here's how we go. Let me go back to the slides. Yes, how it was done, they actually warned all of the Russian and Belarusian developers, freelancers, and there were actually people who were working for Upwork directly, meaning from Russia and Belarus, for Upwork directly. And what they have done for those freelancers, they gave them two options: either to finance their entire relocate to another country from their countries of Russia and Belarus, or to compensate them 1 month of their estimated average salary, which is a great thing because on Upwork contractors operate on the same terms as all of us regular freelancers on Upwork do, meaning that they don't have actually any legal obligations for their Russian and Belarusian developers. So they could have just stopped their contracts and that's that. Instead, Upwork proposed them two options: either a compensation package for their relocation or one-time salary, so that they don't suffer from anything while they try to find a substitute for their Upwork career. So that's a great one. Now, what does it mean for all the rest of us? Once Russian and Belarusian freelancers went from Upwork, it means more opportunities for freelancers from other regions. And what I mean here is that Russian and Belarusian developers make up a good chunk of Upwork freelancer community. And this actually means that once this space is freed, the freelancers and the specialists and the professionals from all over the world can now flood through the gates and fill in the void, which is actually what you should do, and you should actually take advantage of this unfortunate situations for some. So the next next change that I want to talk about, to mention a little bit, because it also relates to you, even if you're not from Ukraine, from Russia, from Europe, is that Upwork announced that it supports Ukrainian freelancers. And what I see here is that they waive any potential negative impact on your GCC so that you can preserve the careers you've built, even if you're currently unable to work. That relates to Ukrainian freelancers. They sent us an email saying that this is currently the state of things. And I guess this is a good thing for the first, I don't know, actually, not sure how it all works in terms of preserving our GCC, because I didn't experience any drop of GCC, anything of this kind. But still, it was a nice thing of them to do, because first month and a half after the war broke down here in Ukraine, I literally wasn't able to work. And if I had any running projects on Upwork, yes, it might have had negative impact on my job success score, because I wouldn't have been able to respond as fast as I did previously. Maybe I wouldn't have been able to work and to deliver results in the bespoken deadlines, because as you might know, I did a previous live stream. I had to leave my home for months, and then I came back. Like the danger didn't go away, but I just couldn't stay away from my home. So yes, it was a good thing from them to do. Now, what they did as well, they gave us faster access to our funds on hourly contracts through expedited payments. That's true as well, because I can withdraw my funds earlier and not wait 2 weeks for hourly contracts. As you might know, when you work on an hourly contract, you have to wait for the client to approve this work, and then Upwork takes about a week for any potential disputes or any potential you misdelivering or you delivering bad quality code or whatever. So you actually have to wait more than a week and a half, about 2 weeks, until you can actually receive your funds. And yes, I do receive my funds a little bit faster, which is a good thing. Now, another thing they mention is that they make it easier for you to connect with your clients about safety and work status. I don't know how it truly works, because I don't know what they mean here. Maybe they mean here that they actually warned the customers who worked with Ukrainian developers and freelancers that, sorry, your freelancer might not deliver in time. And this is actually how it backfired. Let me move on to the next slide. It's pretty small, but I hope you can still see it. I actually shared this screenshot on both my Instagram and here in YouTube community, that when I started to create a project on Upwork as a freelancer, they put this line in red letters that due to Olga's location, the delivery date on this project is subject to change. And like, it actually backfires, because Ukrainian freelancers do experience a certain drop in hiring, because Upwork clients, naturally, they are worried about whether their project will be delivered in time, will be delivered at all. So they try to hire people, if they have a choice, they try to hire people outside of Upwork, meaning that it actually backfires at us. And what it means for you, actually, again, more opportunities. Now, with high quality freelancers from Russia and Belarus going away, and freelancers from Ukraine, unfortunately, being backfired by supporting actions of Upwork. Hopefully it's temporary. I'm sure it's temporary, but still, if you're not from these regions, actually, this is a good opportunity for you to step in and to play your part in the game. Okay, so let me go back to the slides. Let's talk about the next change you might be sort of interested in, and that is Upwork updating their submit a proposal layout for enterprise projects. Now, first and foremost, how how do you separate a regular client and Upwork from an enterprise client? And here I put in a screenshot where you can see that when you open a project on Upwork, it says right here straight away that this is an Upwork enterprise client, like in huge blue letters. The thing is, Upwork enterprise clients don't post jobs on Upwork all that regularly, meaning that mostly their jobs are invites only. And another problem with Upwork enterprise clients is that Upwork hiring managers invite freelancers for Upwork enterprise clients, which makes the hiring process all too big and all too lengthy, and it means it is less chance for you to get hired, less chance to get noticed. Yes, you get invited by Upwork hiring managers, but still being hired by Upwork enterprise client, it's just a matter of luck. So you wouldn't be able to see those projects that often. And to be honest, I made a huge mistake by closing that invite from an Upwork enterprise client, so I wouldn't be able to share how the submit a proposal form looks like in this case. But they made it more detailed, and they actually helped you by indicating what you should be mentioning there. For example, tell about experience related to this project and so on and so forth. So they don't give you one window like they do in regular submitting a proposal form, one window where you just type in everything you want to type in for the client to choose you. They have several separate windows where you type in like a couple of sentences related to for example, your previous experience or questions related to the work or whatever. This is actually helpful, and this is actually what you should have been writing about in that one window, but they actually make this thing easier. So just for you to know that if you open a project and start to submit a proposal and see that the layout of this submit a proposal form is sort of different, just don't panic. It's all right. They have just made some changes. Okay, so let's move on to the next one, and that is a project catalog. And yes, just like the slide suggests, I'll make a separate video on that, because let me go back here, because this actually does need a separate video. Just the topic is too huge. But if you missed this new functionality, new feature of Upwork, this is a great one, and I strongly recommend you to check it out. I'll share my screen in just a moment, but I want to emphasize this part because Upwork made this feature public, I believe in October 2021. I don't want to mess up with the dates, but late 2021. So they made this new feature, and they actually promote it actively on their platform because it's new, and they want their clients to take advantage of it and to hire developers and hire freelancers like faster. And when you as a client enter Upwork platform, you actually have this line where Upwork suggests different projects from different freelancers. Now let me just share my screen, I guess, and you will see what I mean here. Just a second, so that I just am not talking to myself and describing you some unfeasible things. So how do I share my screen? Here goes. I hope you can see my screen. If you can see my screen, let me know that in the chat, because again, I'm using a new live streaming software, so I'm not sure how it all works here. Okay, so as you can see, here's my profile, and here's your project catalog. I created a like random project proposal because I just wanted to try out their new functionality. So when you, at the end of your profile, here's your profile. At the end of your profile, you see your project catalog, where you go straight inside and you create a project, meaning that you propose to a client a fixed priced product or a product with a fixed priced value. And how it looks like, let me go straight here and show you this is actually how your potential client will see it. You have 3 tiers here, like starter, standard, and advanced. And for each tier, you offer different options. And the client can actually buy your project straight away. So they can hire you without you applying to their project and without them posting a project on Upwork. So for example, if I am a client, for example, I am a YouTuber and I need a YouTube video editor to edit my talking head videos, and I go to Upwork and I don't want to go through the entire mess of creating a project and all of that stuff. They actually promote it. Let me go to my client profile. They actually promote their project catalog feature. For example, here, that's my main dashboard of Upwork client profile. And you see, I have it here, ready to buy projects. So I don't have to create the project from ground up. I can go like straight to the section and choose a freelancer who provides the type of service I need. For example, this random Instagram followers, non-drop service, Top Rated Plus. I see this freelancer is great. I go straight here and I can buy his tier straight away and I continue to check out, and that's that. So Upwork made it easier for Upwork clients to buy freelancer services, and it made easier for freelancers to advertise themselves. This is a great feature, and Upwork promotes it strongly, and I will talk about that a little bit later to not waste any time longer. Okay, so let's move on to the next feature of Upwork. This is a new one again, and that is set up a consultation. And I can say that it is a great feature, perfect feature for coaches and consultants who want to develop their careers on Upwork. And actually, this works the same way as Project Catalogue, and it does look the same way as Project Catalogue. Is just like it's being promoted in a different way. So this works the same way when you hire a coach consultant on Patreon. As you might know, I have a Patreon program. The link is on YouTube and in the description to each of my videos, so you can check that out. And the same way you can hire a coach on Patreon, the same way it works for Upwork. Again, I might make another video on that, but truly, it works the same way as a Project Catalog. If you're a consultant or a coach who want to promote their services or who want to start working with their customers, with their clients, you can use now Upwork as a platform. They didn't have this feature like a couple of months ago, so if you didn't know about that, I'm sure you'll love it. Okay, so let's move on to the next update of Upwork. So the Upwork update is expert vetted program, and I have mentioned this one in my video in October 2021 when we became a top rated plus agency on Upwork. And this expert vetted program means that Upwork certifies skill set and experience through testing and interviews. And this program is still invite only, but they say that it will continue expanding. And yes, just like I mentioned on my slide, I missed my chance like I always do. This is my thing. I always mess up with opportunities. And I was invited for this expert vetted program. I'll share my screen right now and show you the email they sent me. And they invited me to take part in this expert vetted program. And I could have got this expert vetted badge, but I just didn't show up for the interview, and I didn't go through the procedure. I needed to fill in the form and all of this stuff, and I was super busy with some other stuff related to my agency, to my company, so I just dropped it all. So that's just typical me. So let me share my screen and I'll show you what I mean here. So let me go straight here. So here it goes. So I got an email saying, "Congrats, you are invited." And this is an email from Upwork team. And yeah, Olga doing amazing work, blah, blah, blah. And what they invite me to apply for this certification. I did apply for the certification, and they sent me the next step where they described in details what I should do to become an expert vetted freelancer on Upwork. So here goes: design and creative Upwork skill certification application. So I should have redone my portfolio, and I should have redone to set up my project catalog and all of that stuff, and then go through an interview. And they wanted me to send them an email. So just like I told you, I missed it. I hope to go back to this program and to contact this manager directly and to ask them to invite me to the program again. And if they're patient enough, they'll cope with me and we'll proceed where we stopped. But just so that you know, this expert vetted program is invite only, and you can get invited only after you become a top rated plus freelancer. So first you have to go top rated, then top rated plus, and then you might get a chance to get invited for this program. This is a nice one. You get a nice looking badge. It's always nice to be sort of selected for some special programs. So yeah, this is another Upwork update of 2021. So let's move on to the next Upwork feature they released end 2021 as well, or early 2022. I don't want to mislead you. I don't remember exactly, but this is a call recordings. And now I believe most of you know by this time that you can actually make video and audio calls with Upwork clients directly from your Upwork account, directly from your Upwork chat with your Upwork clients. So you don't have to set up a separate Zoom call or Skype call or Telegram chat or whatever. You can now do it all inside of Upwork. And previously, Upwork did not provide this call recordings, and now they do, which is a great feature, I think. Let's move on to the next Upwork update, and that is that mostly relates to Upwork clients, but I guess you should know, you should be aware of that, and that is Virtual Talent Bench available now. That is for Upwork clients mostly, meaning that they can select freelancers that they like and put them on a separate in a separate section of saved freelancers and saved accounts, and they can go back to these accounts whenever they need it. For example, I don't have any designers on my team, and I have already mentioned about that in all of my previous videos. We don't do UI UX designs. We don't provide projects from ground up. So we don't have any designers. We just started to work with a graphic designer, and we'll see how it goes. But we had several projects where we needed UI UX designer, and we had to hire this person on Upwork, and I had to browse through all the applications and to go through interviews, numerous interviews. And of course, it takes time. And when I want to hire someone next time relating to design industry on Upwork, so that I don't have to go through all this process again, I just go to my saved accounts section as a client, and I select freelancers there. So what does it mean for you as a freelancer? You can actually talk to your clients, to both those who you worked with and to those who you didn't get a chance to work with. They chose another freelancer, and you can tell them, like, hey guys, you can hire me the next time. Just make sure you save my account in your available on bench section, and you can hire me the next time, or we can work again. Just make sure you save my account so that my contacts don't get lost. Okay, the next Upwork update is boost your proposal. This is a crazy one. And here how it looks like. I made a screenshot so that I don't jump back and forth from my Upwork account to live streaming. And this is how it actually looks like. Some projects on Upwork and some clients on Upwork choose this option. Actually, this is enabled by a client. When a client posts a job on Upwork, they can choose this option of freelancers being able to boost their proposal to get on the top of applicants. And this way, like the Upwork client is able to see who is most interested in their project and to select you to start to talking to, because like if you spend this extra connects, like this is your extra money. If you went into all the trouble of spending extra money and extra connects to boost your proposal, the client understands that you're being serious about the job and that you're ready to give it some extra efforts, and yeah, they choose you. So this is a crazy one. And to be honest, as a freelancer, I didn't use this option. So because again, we receive invites pretty often now that we are Top Rated Plus, and now that we work with Upwork Enterprise clients. So we don't really send invites too often. But when I saw this option, I was like, wow, that's a crazy stuff. So now you know that you have this option, but it's only being enabled by the client. So it's not like for every single project on Upwork. So let's move on to the next Upwork update 2022, and that is for related to clients as well. But again, you should be aware of that, and that is client marketplace plan. Now, what it means for clients is that the marketplace fee is 5% plus to all of the payments for fixed price and early jobs and for project catalog projects, bonuses, blah, 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 for everything actually. And that means that previously it has only been you as a freelancer who paid their fee to Upwork. Upwork previously didn't collect any extra money from their clients. So, for example, the estimated job cost was $100. You, as a freelancer, paid your 20%, $20 to Upwork, and that's that. Now it's both you paying 20% to Upwork and the client paying extra $5 to Upwork. And that relates to everything, every single payment that the client is making, be it hourly projects, fixed rate projects, project catalog, bonuses if they want to sort of express their gratitude for your excellent work. It relates to everything. So clients now pay as well, and there are different plans which you might not be interested in as freelancers. For clients can actually buy a plan where they don't have to pay all of these percentages, but it only makes sense if you're like a big client who hires often on Upwork. Okay, so there might be some other Upwork updates I might have missed. So if you know of any, if you are aware of any Upwork updates 2022 and 2021 that I have missed, don't hesitate to throw them down in the chat, because firstly, I might have missed something, and secondly, it's always great to share our experiences. And yeah, that's that. So now let's go back to the chat, and let me check the chat now. I guess I switched off slides by now. So thank you, by the way, thank you guys for everyone who wanted to make it leave but didn't. But still, I can see people just saying hi and going off to their work or to their activities. I totally understand that. But still, I'm very pleased that you took that time to actually say hi to me in the chat. Hi, Leonid. Hi, Rifat. Great. Thank you for confirming me, Leonid, Rifat. Thank you for confirming that you can actually see this, because every time I use a special live streaming software, I'm not sure if everything goes smoothly. Alexandra says, hi, sorry for being late. It's okay. Thank you for showing up. I actually didn't expect people to show up after me being literally absent from Upwork for almost 3 months. I did post some older videos that I filmed before the war broke down here, but I didn't go leave. I didn't stay in touch much. So I appreciate you showing up. I'm sure you'll have another chance and be invited again. I'm sure. I hope so. I hope so too. But I'm such an unsteady freelancer, I guess. And in this regard, I'm such an unreliable person because I'm sort of overloaded. And sadly, I must admit that sometimes I take on projects on Upwork, firstly to keep myself on track and to get my hands dirty and to experience all of this thing, how Upwork works. Not only manage my team members on Upwork. And I must sadly admit that I break deadlines for my personal individual projects quite often because of my availability. But thankfully, my clients are always patient people who are waiting for me to deliver, because I deliver some specific stuff for them and they are waiting, but I'm not proud of that. No. But yes, I want to go back to this expert vetted program and to share with you all of the details, how it is done and how the process looks like from the inside. So I'll definitely go back to this one next month, because I have to survive May. May is a sort of hectic period for me. Hi, Aloisi. I hope I pronounce your name right. Sorry for being late. It's okay. Thank you for showing up. Really, I appreciate you, all of you showing up and saying hi to me in the chat. Now it's a questions time, Q&A time. And yes, please ask anything you want to know more about, be it Upwork or outsourcing business. And if you don't make or didn't make it leave, you're welcome to throw your questions in the comment section to this video. This video will be available in replay, I hope. At least I said so in the settings. So it should be available for replay, but it might take a couple of hours before you can see it, because Upwork does process it as a new video, and they process new videos for a few hours, actually, especially when it's in HD. So it might take time for it to be available. But again, as soon as it's available, please feel free to drop all of your questions and I'll address them as soon as I can. And you know that I always respond to every single comment on Upwork. I'm a talkative person. Okay, so if there are no questions, I hope I covered all of the updates, Upwork updates. I guess so, because I tried to remember what I could have missed and I couldn't remember. So let's hope I covered all of the Upwork updates 2021 and 2022. I strongly recommend you checking out project catalog section. It takes time to set it up, and they might throw you like back and forth because they approve, they make sure that you don't use watermarks, images. They make sure they don't use even cropped images. So they want it all to be perfect. So for me, it took 4 revisions for them to approve my first project on Upwork. So it might take time, but I'll make a separate video on that and an expert vetted program as soon as I go back to it. So thank you all for showing up. It was great to see you, to see your comments in the chat. And yes, I'll see you in the next one. And please stay tuned, turn on your notifications because I plan to go back. See you soon.